Marvin Heemeyer was born on October 28, 1951. He lived in Grand Lake, Colorado, and was described by friends and family as a man that would bend over backwards for anyone. Considered to be calm and logical, it would be a surprise to many when on June 4, 2004, Heemeyer drove his modified Komatsu bulldozer down the streets of Granby, Colorado, destroying buildings and causing carnage for over 2 hours. 12 years prior to the rampage, Heemeyer purchased 2 acres of land for $42,000. He would operate a muffler repair shop at this location, and over the years had agreed to sell the land to a construction company, but negotiations weren't easy. Originally agreeing to be sold for $250,000, Heemeyer changed his mind, upping the price to $375,000, and then eventually began asking for $1 million to sell the land. In 2001, Granby's zoning commission and trustees approved the construction of the concrete plant. Heemeyer claimed the construction blocked access to his shop, but his appeals were rejected. Furious with this decision, Heemeyer began outfitting his bulldozer, which he had purchased years prior, with armoured plates covering the cabin, engine, and parts of the tracks. He'd create the armour himself using a concrete mix poured between sheets of steel, sometimes creating plates over a foot thick. A video camera was fitted on the exterior, and 2 monitors were mounted on the vehicle's dashboard for visibility. Onboard fans and an air conditioner were used to keep Heemeyer cool while driving, and finally he made 3 gun ports and outfitted them with a .50 caliber rifle, a .308 semi-automatic rifle, and a .22 long rifle, all fitted with a 1/2 inch thick steel plate. Authorities speculated that he may have used a homemade crane to lower the armour hull over the dozer and himself. Once he tipped that lid shut, he knew he wasn't getting out. On the 4th of June 2004, Marvin Heemeyer started his day by driving his Killdozer through the wall of his former store. He then proceeded to plough through the concrete plant, town hall, the local newspaper office, the home of a former mayor, a hardware store, and a few other buildings. Every business or home that had been destroyed had some connection to Heemeyer and his battles with the zoning committee. The attack lasted 2 hours and 7 minutes, despite the estimated $7 million worth of property damage and most buildings being occupied minutes before their destruction. Nobody was killed in the event. Governor Bill Owens considered authorizing the National Guard to attack with Apache helicopters and an anti-tank missile. Local and state patrol, including a SWAT team, walked behind and beside the bulldozer, occasionally firing, but their bullets were no match for Heemeyer's armour, and he carried on destroying his targets. As Heemeyer destroyed the hardware store, the radiator of the bulldozer had been damaged and began leaking various fluids. The engine failed, and Heemeyer dropped one tread into the store's basement and got stuck. About a minute later, a SWAT team member reported hearing a single gunshot from inside the bulldozer. Police first used explosives in an attempt to remove the steel plates, but after the third explosion failed, they used a cutting torch to cut through them. On June 5, 2004, at 2 a.m, Marvin Heemeyer's body was removed from the Killdozer. He had shot himself in the head with a .357 caliber handgun. Authorities searched Heemeyer's home and discovered multiple notes and audio tapes that outlined his motivations. In the first recording, Heemeyer stated, "God built me for this job. I think God will bless me to get the machine done, to drive it, to do the stuff that I have to do." He said, "God blessed me in advance for the task that I am about to undertake. It is my duty. God has asked me to do this. It's a cross that I'm going to carry, and I'm carrying it in God's name." Investigators would find a handwritten list of targets. It included all the buildings he destroyed as well as others he had not, including the local Catholic church. It also featured the names of people he had various disputes with in the past. The primary motivation for the rampage was to prevent the concrete plant from being built near his shop. In one note, Marvin Heemeyer would write, "I was always willing to be reasonable until I had to be unreasonable. Sometimes reasonable men must do unreasonable things."